10 subtle signs she's fantasizing about you. Women's psychology facts. Stoicism. Modern stoic. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Seneca. Have you ever noticed how the quietest moments often carry the loudest messages? A look, a pause, a shift in body language. So much is said without a single word. As men, especially in today's world, learning to read between the lines isn't just useful, it's powerful. Understanding what's not being said can give you an edge, not just in relationships, but in every human connection. Now, let's get into it. Have you ever wondered what might really be going on beneath the surface when you're around her? While people often hide their feelings behind polite smiles and casual conversation, psychology tells us that attraction leaks out in subtle ways most men never notice. In this video, we're diving into 10 understated signs that a woman may be fantasizing about you. From unexpected eye contact to slight changes in voice, posture, or even how she texts, these cues reveal more than you think. This is more than just curiosity. It's about learning to observe, to understand, and to respond with calm clarity, the way a modern Stoic would. Because once you begin to recognize these psychological signals, you won't just get better at reading others, you'll also gain deeper control over your own emotions and intentions. If you're drawn to content that blends timeless Stoic wisdom with modern psychological insight, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. There's more to come that'll help you grow not just in love, but in life. Now, let's get into it. Here are 10 subtle signs she might be fantasizing about you. 1. Passionate staring. Passionate staring is more than just a glance. It's a psychological signal that cuts through the noise of everyday interaction and delivers a raw, unfiltered truth. It's subtle, powerful, and speaks a language older than words. When a woman looks at you with a steady, unwavering gaze, or even quick, stolen glances when she thinks you're not watching, it's often her mind betraying her composure. It means something. It means curiosity, longing, and yes, sometimes even silent desire. The eyes, famously described by Shakespeare as windows to the soul, don't lie. If you find her gaze lingering longer than social norms allow, you're not imagining things. That's not politeness, it's presence. She's locked into the moment with you, and in that silence, 1,000 emotions are being exchanged. This is especially crucial for men aged 35 to 70 to understand. At this stage of life, emotional intelligence is power. Don't miss it. Don't doubt it. You must learn to read it. When she looks away quickly after you catch her, that's not rejection, it's vulnerability. She wasn't ready to be seen in her most honest moment. That shy retreat? That's psychology in motion, a blend of fear, thrill, and the risk of being emotionally exposed. It's the moment right before the heart leaps. The modern Stoic doesn't ignore these signals. He doesn't overreact either. He notices. He stays grounded, observant, steady. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Think wisely, her gaze could be her unspoken invitation. That's where true connection begins." And then there are the physiological signs. If you see her pupils dilate when she looks at you, no, that's not just biology, it's chemistry. It's the subconscious revealing what the conscious mind tries to hide. A soft gaze, dreamy eyes, a slight tilt of the head. These aren't coincidences. They are signs of comfort, safety, and imagination. It's not just about the moment. It's about where her mind is going. Maybe she's already played out a few scenes in her head, laughing over coffee, walking side by side, sharing stories you haven't even told yet. That's an attraction. Real, raw, rooted in emotion. And for men practicing Stoicism, who value calm presence over impulsive reaction, this is a key lesson. Observe more. Chase less. Another subtle giveaway? The sneaky glance. If she keeps watching you from across the room, checking your body language, reacting to your smile, even discreetly, it means you've captured her attention more than she's willing to admit. This isn't just body language. It's an emotional radar. She's studying your presence, your energy, your stillness. She's wondering, does he feel the same? This is your chance. Don't act desperate. Don't overanalyze. Simply hold the moment. Be warm, confident, and quietly inviting. A sincere smile paired with calm eye contact tells her, I see you too. That's how real connections start. Not through words, but through attention. So, what should you do with this knowledge? Be alert, be composed, be aware. Don't chase validation, own your presence. The modern Stoic man doesn't jump at every signal. He weighs it, respects it, and responds with clarity and purpose. When you see the signs, acknowledge them with subtle confidence. If you resonate with her energy, engage with grace. If not, let her gaze remain a mystery. Not every look needs a response, but every look reveals a truth. As Epictetus once said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. The same goes for the eyes. Watch, learn, then act. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed these signs in your own life? Did you respond, or let the moment pass? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk about the unseen language between men and women. This is where masculine insight meets emotional mastery. Share your experience and learn from others. Let's sharpen our awareness, elevate our presence, and walk forward as modern Stoics, grounded, unshakable, and always ready. 2. Easily jealous behavior. Jealousy, subtle, quiet, and easily dismissed, is one of the strongest hidden signs that a woman is emotionally invested in you. It's not weakness, it's not immaturity, it's instinct. It's her inner world fighting for recognition, afraid to lose something she hasn't even fully claimed yet. When she suddenly goes quiet the moment you're talking to another woman, when her eyes shift, watching closely, not saying much but clearly tuned in. That's not coincidence. That's not random. That's emotional territory being threatened. She may not come out and say it, but her energy changes. She might toss out a playful jab like, "Oh, you and her seem to get along really well," with a smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes. Understand this. That's not attitude. That's vulnerability trying to look casual. That's her saying, "You matter to me, even if I can't admit it yet." She'll find ways to bring your attention back. She might interrupt, ask a random question, insert herself into the conversation because she needs to feel seen. Even online, she's watching. Who you follow, what you like, what you post. If she's noticing those things, you've got real estate in her head. As Seneca said, he who is brave is free. But emotional bravery is rare, and what she's showing, even in her jealousy, is emotional courage. Don't brush it off. Don't play dumb. Be the man who sees through the silence. If you feel the same, act. Look her in the eyes when she speaks. Compliment her when she's not expecting it. Prioritize her attention. Show her she doesn't need to compete for space in your world, because she already has it. That's the kind of reassurance that doesn't require a long talk. It's shown through presence, through strength, through certainty. That's Stoicism in modern form, staying composed, aware, and intentional. You want to be respected by women? Understand them, read their signals, lead with clarity. Because in this chaotic, fast-paced world, a man who moves with emotional intelligence becomes unstoppable. Jealousy isn't a red flag. It's a mirror. It shows how much she cares, how much she fears losing you, and how deeply you've already affected her. If you've ever seen that flash in her eyes, that pause, that tension, that silent plea, don't ignore it. That's your moment to step up. Remember, she's not jealous because she's weak. She's jealous because you're strong enough to make her afraid of losing you. That's power. Use it wisely. If you've ever felt this shift from a woman, drop a comment and say, "She looked at me like I was the only one in the room. I knew what it meant." Like this. Share it. Follow for more on women's psychology, stoicism, and mastering the modern masculine edge. This isn't just content. This is your code for emotional dominance. 3. Frequent compliments. When a woman keeps complimenting you, Don't mistake it for mere politeness. It's a signal, a deeper one than you realize. When she says things like, "You're so composed," or "I love the way you think," she's not just being nice. That's her subconscious revealing interest, admiration, and sometimes desire. Compliments about your character, not just your looks, mean she's paying attention on a deeper level. And if she tells you you're handsome, not just once, but over and over again, it's not random. That's an attraction. That's energy. That's her testing the waters, seeing if you're aware. Comments like, "Your smile lights up the room," or "You always make me laugh even on bad days," aren't just kind words, they're signs. Signs that she sees value in you, that you're becoming a constant in her emotional landscape. You need to understand this. Women don't say what they want directly. They leave trails. And you, if you are to be a real man, must read those trails like a warrior reads a battlefield map. Remember what Marcus Aurelius said. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Don't be hypnotized by her words. Control the dynamic. Observe. Respond with presence, not desperation. Women live in a world of emotion. Compliments are emotional currency. They don't spend it lightly. In today's world, where attention is cheap and fleeting, frequent, genuine compliments mean something. They're a strategy, a calculated move, a quiet message. If you ignore it, the moment passes. If you misread it, you lose your edge. But if you catch it with clarity, confidence, and control, you own the game. Be the man who acts with intention. When she praises you, you don't flinch, you don't brag, you listen, you calculate, you understand the terrain. You are the leader, you are the anchor, you are the magnetic force, and you behave accordingly. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listen to what's not being said. Listen to the energy behind the words. Lead the emotional exchange with calm strength. Don't rush. Don't hesitate. Women are drawn to subtlety, but they are conquered by decisiveness. If she's constantly complimenting you, not just your clothes or your looks, but your thoughts, your energy, your presence, that's your cue. It's time to step forward and own the frame. Share your values. Tell your story. But keep the mystery alive. Give her enough to stay curious. Attraction grows when you hold power, not when you seek approval. Modern men are trained to be unsure in the face of feminine attention. But you're not a regular man. You're a modern Stoic. You understand women's psychology facts. You don't chase, you read. You don't react, you steer. And if you want more sharp, no BS insight like this, from someone who's walked the path, who's mastered the signals and the silence, comment below. I choose control. I choose power. Then like, subscribe, and share this with the man in your life who needs to wake up and reclaim his strength. Most will scroll past, but the ones who are ready to lead, they'll stay, they'll listen, and they'll rise. 4. Constant touching. Touch is ancient. It's primal. It speaks when words can't or won't. Constant touching is not just about physical contact. It's an emotional message wrapped in subtlety. When a woman repeatedly touches you, grazing your hand while laughing, adjusting your collar with a soft smile, or brushing lint off your shirt that doesn't even exist, it's not about politeness. It's about closeness. It's her way of saying, I feel something. Don't be naive. Don't miss it. In modern life, where most people barely look up from their phones, a woman making the effort to reach out physically is not accidental. It's calculated, intentionally or not. And if you're a man over 35, you've probably felt this but brushed it off, unsure if you were imagining it. You weren't? Women speak through touch more than we give them credit for. Think about this. You're sitting at a cafe, and she reaches across the table to wipe foam off your lip. It's not about cleanliness, it's flirtation. Or you're walking side by side, and she lightly grabs your arm when crossing the street, even though there's no traffic. That's protection, yes, but it's also a connection. Or when you say something clever and she playfully punches your arm, her hand lingers, her smile deeper than the joke deserves. That's not just humor. That's desire disguised as fun. Pay attention to how often it happens. Does she do this with others? Or just you? If it's just you, that's not random, that's personal. Constant touching is one of the clearest signs she's fantasizing about you, even if she'd never say it aloud. It's not always overt. It's in the little things. Brushing her leg against yours under the table and not pulling away, adjusting your tie, even though it's already perfect, or giving you a longer than necessary hug at the end of the night. Stoicism teaches us to control our reactions, but not to ignore what's real. Be the modern Stoic, calm, present, fully aware. When she sends these signals, don't fumble them. You don't need to pounce. You need to notice. You need to let her feel seen. This isn't about games. It's about presence. It's about masculinity rooted in stillness, not showmanship. Respond with strength, not need. Place your hand gently on the small of her back as you guide her through a crowd. Let your fingers briefly rest on hers when she hands you something. These gestures aren't aggressive, but they speak volumes. They say, I feel it too. That's how trust builds. That's how chemistry grows, without ever needing to be spoken. Don't ask if she likes you. Watch how she touches you. That's where the truth is. In today's disconnected world, this physical language has become rare, even sacred. Most people are too distracted to notice. But you must not be most men. You must sharpen your awareness and reconnect with that ancient signal. If a woman keeps finding reasons to touch you, even lightly, she's inviting you into a more intimate space, emotionally and physically. Don't overthink it. Don't ignore it. Recognize it. Respond with grounded confidence. Let your presence answer louder than your words ever could. Be the man who sees what others miss. Be the one who listens when her hands speak. Be stoic, but never blind. 5. Laughing at your jokes. Laughing at your jokes on the surface, it might seem trivial, but make no mistake, it's a psychological signal, subtle yet unmistakably potent. When a woman laughs at your jokes, especially the ones you know don't deserve a standing ovation, it's not about your comedic genius. It's about something deeper. It's a sign of fondness, curiosity, and possibly unspoken desire. In the psychology of attraction, laughter isn't just about humour. It's a bridge between souls. She's not merely reacting to a punchline. She's responding to your presence. Her laughter, in that moment, is her subconscious whispering, I like being around you. Don't overlook that. It's an emotional green light, one that's easily missed if you're too focused on the surface. Laughter is comfort, it's trust, and above all, it's attention. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. If her thoughts are filled with warmth and amusement when you're near, it means you've coloured her internal world subtly, powerfully, and unmistakably. But here's where Stoicism and modern Stoic thinking come into play. Don't chase the reaction. Don't become addicted to external validation, even if her laughter feels like a drug. A Stoic man, calm, grounded, and self-aware, recognizes the moment for what it is, a reflection of value, not the source of it. You must understand that her laughter is a mirror, not a magnet. It reflects what she sees in you. And if you project confidence, strength, and a grounded spirit, then her response becomes an affirmation, not a goal. Stoicism teaches us to master ourselves, not others. So take her laughter with gratitude, but never need it. That's where real masculine power lies. Now let's take it further. Laughter is also psychological reinforcement. Women, often subconsciously, use laughter to reward behaviours they find attractive or endearing. If she leans in, laughs warmly, maintains eye contact, and mirrors your gestures, it's not random. It's strategic, even if she doesn't realise it. It's nature. It's chemistry. And it's your cue to notice the dance of human connection playing out before you. You must observe, not obsess. Recognise patterns, not presume intent. There's wisdom in restraint. A man driven by instinct is common. A man guided by clarity is rare. You want to be rare. Real life proves this over and over. Maybe you've seen it in your own life. Those moments when you crack a mediocre joke, and she lights up like you just delivered a comedy special. That's not the joke. That's her. That's how she's showing interest without being obvious. Many men miss this because they're searching for grand gestures or clear declarations. But in female psychology, subtlety is everything. If you're wise, you'll learn to read it. If you're alert, you'll respond with strength, not desperation. So here's the advice. Don't dismiss her laughter. Don't assume it's meaningless. And certainly don't overanalyze it to death. Instead, sharpen your awareness. Stay grounded in who you are. Laugh with her, not because you need her approval, but because shared joy is a beautiful thing. As Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When she laughs, react with calm confidence. Smile, breathe, and carry on like the man who already knows his worth. 6. Mirroring your actions. Pay attention, not to her words, but to her movements. The way she shifts in her seat when you do. The way her fingers graze her glass just after you've taken a sip. These aren't coincidences. This is mirroring, a subconscious reflex that reveals far more than small talk ever could. It's one of the 10 subtle signs she's fantasizing about you. This is women's psychology, not romance novels. When a woman mirrors your gestures, your posture, even your energy, what she's really saying is, I see you. I feel you. I want to be aligned with you. This isn't manipulation or game playing. It's nature. It's the mind's quiet way of testing emotional connection. And if you know how to spot it, it's a weapon in your understanding of human desire. There's real science behind it too. Psychologists call it the chameleon effect. We mimic those we feel close to, those we admire, and yes, those we're drawn to. You don't need to be a mind reader. Just observe. If her laughter follows yours, if her tone starts matching your calm cadence, if her head tilts the same way, she's syncing with you. This isn't about flattery, it's primal alignment. Stoic men, listen well. It's not your words that win her trust, it's your presence. And when she begins to mirror that presence, you've entered her emotional space. That is power, that is potential. But don't confuse this with desperation. This isn't about neediness. True feminine interest is subtle, graceful. It flows like water around the rock. The woman who mirrors you isn't chasing. You're simply pulling her in by standing firm in who you are. That's what modern Stoicism teaches us. Be unmoved. Be centered. The more grounded you are, the more you naturally invite others into your energy field. Women feel it. They don't chase chaos. They gravitate toward presence, clarity, and strength. That is the real attraction. No noise, not bravado, stillness. So what do you do when you notice this subtle mimicry? Don't react. Don't call it out. Just lead. Keep being the man who commands his emotions, who speaks with intention, who moves with purpose. She's responding to the way you carry yourself, so carry yourself with quiet authority. The mirror is her way of saying, I want to reflect you because I trust you, and trust, once earned, is the doorway to intimacy. That's where fantasy begins, not in grand gestures, but in those tiny, instinctive echoes. In today's world, where everyone is rushing, multitasking, and glued to a screen, true connection feels rare. But the woman who mirrors you is trying to slow things down, to tune in. Don't take that lightly. In a time when attention is currency, her subtle focus on your mannerisms is gold. If you want to connect on a deeper level, pay attention to how you show up. Women's psychology isn't just about reading her, it's about mastering you. The modern Stoic man doesn't chase validation. He cultivates awareness. He reads signs without obsession. He leads without dominance. That's strength. So next time you sit across from her, watch. Don't overthink. Don't overanalyze. Just notice. Is her body speaking your language without words? That's not just chemistry. It's synchronicity. And synchronicity is never accidental. It's the universe, her instincts and your energy all lining up in silent harmony. When you understand that, you won't need to ask if she's fantasizing about you. You'll know. 7. Playful teasing. Playful teasing, subtle, yet deeply revealing, is one of the most overlooked signs that a woman may be fantasizing about you. For men between 35 and 70 who are drawn to understanding women's psychology facts and living by the tenets of modern Stoicism, this isn't just about reading body language, it's about grasping the nuanced art of connection. When a woman playfully teases you, it's not random, it's intentional. It's her way of testing if you're emotionally agile, if you understand her sense of humor, if you can dance with her intellectually. It's a sign she's watching you closely, taking in your quirks, and perhaps imagining what life with you might feel like. When she lightly mocks how you always forget your keys, or grins as she challenges your go-to coffee order, don't dismiss it as mere banter. That sarcasm, it carries flirtatious undertones. That laughter, it's a bridge between your worlds. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. Her teasing is tinted with curiosity, interest, and a desire for closeness. It's not just about jokes, it's about creating a shared emotional rhythm, a private frequency only the two of you can hear. Understand this. Playful teasing is not ridicule. It's a connection disguised as comedy. If she feels safe enough to tease you, it means she's emotionally comfortable. That comfort signals trust, and trust is the soil in which desire grows. Respond with warmth. Don't be defensive. Don't retreat into stoic detachment here. Apply stoicism not as a wall, but as a foundation. Be grounded, be calm, but be present. Let your wit meet hers with grace. This dynamic is where flirtation blooms and intimacy begins. Teasing is one of the 10 subtle signs she's fantasizing about you, and you must be alert, not aloof. Remember, Stoicism is not about indifference, it's about intentional presence. When you recognize her teasing as a gesture of admiration, you position yourself to reciprocate and deepen the connection. There is no charm equal to tenderness of heart, wrote Jane Austen. Teasing done right is precisely that, tenderness wearing a playful mask. In real life, think back to the times a woman laughed at your corny joke but added a sarcastic twist, or when she gave you a hard time about your gym routine only to smile a second too long. That's not a coincidence, that's curiosity. And if you're navigating midlife, where emotional intelligence outweighs bravado, these moments are your clues. They show up quietly but speak volumes. You must not ignore them. You must learn to decode them. So, here's the advice. Don't be the man who misses the signal because he's too serious, or worse, too distracted. Be the man who notices, who smiles back, who leans in with a clever remark. This is your edge. This is how you build magnetic presence. That teasing, that's the spark. Use it. Expand it. Let it pull you both into a richer connection. And now, I want to hear from you. Have you experienced a moment of playful teasing that made you wonder if she was thinking about you more than she let on? Share it in the comments. Let's turn insight into action and help each other decode the silent language of desire. 8. Prioritizing your happiness. When a woman consistently prioritizes your happiness, when she goes out of her way to make your life smoother, brighter, easier, it's not random. It's intentional. It's a quiet confession, a powerful signal. You matter to me. If she checks in on you, remembers the little things you like, brings you your favorite coffee without being asked, or simply stays close when you're having a rough day, those are not just gestures of kindness. That's love in motion. It's how women express deep emotional investment. They don't always say it out loud, but they show it every single day in every subtle detail. These aren't coincidences. They are psychological markers, clear signs she's thinking about you, fantasizing about you, seeing you as part of her future. As Epictetus said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Pay attention, because in this noisy, fast-paced modern world, when someone makes space for you, makes you a priority, that's rare, that's valuable, and that's real. This is the psychology of women. They love with intention, with consistency, through presence and subtlety. While you're busy chasing the loud signals, the true ones show up quietly. And if you miss them, you lose not just a chance, but the kind of woman who could have made you a better man. Don't confuse silence with indifference. Sometimes the quietest efforts are the most genuine. Sometimes love whispers, not shouts. And if she's investing emotionally into your comfort, your peace, your joy, you better wake up. You better step up. Because women only do this for men they admire, for men they are seen as capable, as grounded, as men of purpose. You've got to become that man, not tomorrow. Now strong, stoic, directed, calm under pressure, clear in values. This is what attracts deep connections. This is modern stoicism in action, living with self-awareness, clarity, and purpose. And here's a brutal truth. If you don't recognize what she's offering, someone else will. That's FOMO, real and raw. Another man, more present, more alert, will see the value in what you ignored. You don't have forever, you have right now. So stop wondering. Stop hesitating. If you've got a woman who treats your happiness like it's hers, comment below. I see the signs, and I honour them. Show the world you're not blind to the real ones. Hit like if you've ever felt this kind of attention. Subscribe to sharpen your mindset, master female psychology, and rise as a modern stoic man, decisive, respected, untouchable. Don't be late to your own greatness. Be the man she can trust. Be the man she fantasizes about, because you live with presence, with purpose, with power. All right, brother, thanks for watching. If any of this hits home, take a moment and really think about it. Romantic signals aren't always loud. They're quiet, consistent, and often right in front of you. Eye contact, laughter, a gentle tease. It's not just casual if it keeps happening. Don't ignore what her energy is trying to say. Here's my honest advice. Stay calm, stay present, and don't force it. A modern stoic man doesn't chase, he notices, he understands, and he acts with quiet strength. If you feel that pull too, don't wait for some perfect moment. Sometimes a small, genuine gesture is all it takes to start something real. Take care of yourself, stay sharp, and as always, pay attention to what isn't said. I'll see you in the next one.